So today's video has been highly requested by quite a few of you out there, so thank you very much for leaving your suggestions in other videos. So I thought I'd sit down today and actually do today's video, which is, from the title, a luxury wish list video. Now, I have never done a luxury wish list video for a few reasons really, mainly the fact that I kind of buy what I feel like buying. Not a lot of things make it onto my radar. I usually have a kind of an idea of what I want, but never in a sense of like a long kind of laundry list of things that I want year on year. I kind of just get things as soon as they kind of catch my eye. It really has to, you know, make my heart sing or whatever you want to say, for me to add it into my collection. So I've never really sat down and thought about it. I always had like a mental list in the back of my mind, but as soon as I got the idea from you guys to do this video, I actually did sit down, write an actual wish list, and I thought, oh, actually there's quite a few things on here that I would like. And with that in mind, I've also added some non-luxury items to this wish list to make it a bit more balanced. Other items that I want in life are probably just as expensive, if not more. I thought I'd bundle it all up into this video. So let me get straight into this luxury wish list for, let's say 2021, but let's keep it open to extension given, you know, we're in very unique times in society, as you'll know. So I've got, I believe, 8 luxury items to start off with, and then the few bonus ones that are non-luxury. But I'll start off with the items that I very specifically want, I guess, from one brand. And as you may all know, this brand is Chanel. What a surprise. And Chanel is probably one of the few brands that I really keep tabs on quite closely. I look at all of their collections, all their releases, and I bookmark a lot of items that I want. Starting off with number 1 though, I really want a Chanel bag, a very specific Chanel bag. Obviously this wouldn't be a luxury wish list video without a couple of bags here, right? And I've got 2 to talk about. The first one is a very specific type of bag, which is a pearl bag. Now, not literally in the sense of the actual pearl. I know Chanel has released those minaudières, which are literally in the shape of a pearl, like a seashell. But I mean specifically a bag with pearl details. I've seen in previous collections, they've gotten bags with, you know, like a pearl handle. In fact, even the one that has just come out from spring summer of this year, I think it's beautiful. I have put my name down to buy it potentially, so fingers crossed that might be an unboxing video coming soon to this channel. But I really do love the pearl accents on Chanel's bags. They don't always do them, but when they do, I love them so much. Pearl is something that I wear a lot. I've got it in my ring today. I usually have more rings with pearls on it. Pearl is my birthstone. Pearls are a very big emblem and insignia in Chanel's collections, and it's just something that I don't really have. I mean, I have some pearl items in terms of, I believe, their jewelries. I mean, they're all fake pearls anyway, right? But I have it in their jewelry, some of their shoes as well. But it would be great to have it on a bag. And it's quite specific, quite niche, but I'm willing to hold out for something a little bit special. The one that I mentioned earlier, the drawstring bucket bag with the pearl handle, I think looks really, really, really cute and perfect for spring, summer and evening events. So it's quite transitional. So hopefully that will make it into my closet very soon. And now moving on to the second item in this wish list, and it's another Chanel bag, but it's a bit more of a broader category of Chanel bag. And you know, depending on if number 1 is fulfilled, it may also tick number 2's boxes as well. And that's just a Chanel bag, which has the ability to have a double strap, shoulder strap. So I know it's a bit of a weird requirement. I know a lot more videos like this are specific, you throw out pictures and things like that, but I guess with the bags that I've cultivated in my collection, Chanel or otherwise, I have a lot of crossbody bags, I realise, which is very, very practical because I'm a woman on the go and I like to have things hands-free. Crossbody works really well for me, but I did realise actually it would be nice to have a Chanel bag other than my boy bag, which is a little bit more, I feel, dressy, the boy bag. I don't really reach for it as much because it's patent leather. It's quite, I guess, out there in that material sense. I do want one that's maybe in like a caviar leather, something a bit more durable, maybe even a calf skin that has the ability to go double strapped on the shoulder and also crossbody. That may mean I'm looking at bags which are quite similar to, I guess, the classic flap in maybe like small, medium size. But if you've seen my other video about why I don't want to buy a classic flap, I kind of want something a bit different. So maybe one of the more seasonal looking bags that have a classic vibe to it, but can go double strapped on the shoulder as well as being worn in multiple ways. That would work best for me because I also want something a little bit different, maybe an iridescent. I'm not too sure yet, but I think ideally something that's double strapped, colours a little bit special, and to be honest, if I can get it tax-free somewhere, even better. Even better, but let's not, beggars can't be choosers, you know? So this is just a wish list anyway, so what the hell, why not? And then if we're going on the Chanel theme anyway, then item number 3 is a pair of Chanel sneakers. I already own a pair of Chanel sneakers. I bought them 3 or 4 years ago. They still look pretty good, to be honest. I wore them almost daily at one point in time, and they work with every single outfit. They always look so lit. And I really want to add another one to my collection because clearly those ones have worked out so well for me. The only issue is the sneakers nowadays are like upwards of £1,000, whereas when I bought mine, I think they were like £500 or £600. So I kind of need to mentally, you know, come to terms with the fact that it's almost double the price I used to pay for them. So it's got to be a really nice design because I've got to justify paying over £1,000 for these. But I have seen in the, I think 2020 collection, maybe it was autumn winter 2020, a really nice pair of black and white sneakers. You know I love a good pair of sneakers. I'm a sneakerhead. For those of you who aren't aware, I have lots of Yeezys, but I do love Chanel trainers. Out of all of the luxury brands that I've seen do these sneakers, Chanel for me is like the one, so it would be really nice to add a pair, but it's not an essential. I'd prioritize the handbags first because ultimately sneakers are for the feet, you know, they'll get dirtied up, bags won't, and if we're talking about the thousands, I'd rather prioritise the bag. So now we are on to item number 4 in this wish list, and we're going a little bit more general with the luxury fashion houses that these items can come from. There's still a bag actually, but it is a luxury backpack that all it has to do is fit my laptop. And it seems like an easy thing, but it's also got to look good. And I've really had struggles finding a bag that does all of those things and doesn't just look like a school backpack, you know? So obviously I have lots of durable backpacks and lower end bags, which I do used to use for work. I say used to because obviously now we are all working from home, so it's not really an issue. But as soon as we go back into the offices, or as soon as, you know, we're going out and about, it would be nice to have a luxury backpack that can fit those things. I do have things like the Louis Vuitton Keepall Bandoulière, which is, you know, over the you could put it over your shoulder, across your body, and have your stuff there, but it gets very, very heavy, and it would be nice to have stuff over the, you know, over your actual shoulders as a backpack, just to distribute the weight if you're bringing a laptop especially. I also have the MCM Stark backpack, which is so cute. I have it in the small size. I know they make bigger sizes, but because I already have that backpack in the small size and that doesn't fit a laptop, I don't like to buy doubles of the same bag, and I would probably like to try a different brand for a backpack that does fit a laptop. So I'm always on the lookout for suggestions. If you've got any, let me know down below. A lot of people are telling me about Senreve backpacks. I'm not sure about the look of them, to be honest. I'm not such a fan. Maybe I'll cover it in another video. Also, I think it's been quite saturated in terms of all of the promotional activities, but I want also something a little bit more established. I don't want it too logo mania either. It can be very minimal as well, but I also don't want to spend a ton of money on it because obviously it's going to be like a work backpack or an on-the-go traveling backpack. I actually have a convertible backpack from Patagonia, which I may have showed in a previous video, I think, but it is amazing. It's a convertible duffel backpack. I use it, in fact, a little bit more than my Louis Vuitton Keepall because it can convert from, you know, crossbody, over the shoulder to also backpack. I love it a lot. So if you know of any luxury brands that have those kind of backpacks, that would be cool. Next up, for item number 5 in this wish list, we are going for, again, another piece of footwear, but specifically sandals or wedges that have a little bit of height, that, you know, elongate the leg and allow me to walk around without pain. The main driving force behind this particular item in this wish list is I used to have a pair of Castagna wedges. I think a lot of people had them a year or two ago. They're great, by the way, and they're very inexpensive for what they are, and they look absolutely amazing on your feet. They really do elongate the leg, and they just look great with any outfit. I used to wear them to work, on holiday, everything. But as you may know, if you own Castagna wedges, if it gets any kind of moisture or anything like that, because it's canvas, because it's fabric as well, just sucks all of it in. And that got a bit annoying after a while that I wore it out when I was traveling around Asia, and then there was a downpour once, and that basically ruined my shoes. I didn't realize there was a downpour coming, but I had to essentially bin them, and that was a very sad day. But they were already getting a little bit manky by that point because, you know, I know it's a bit TMI, but these shoes are basically fabric. You can't really clean them, and, you know, feet. So what can you do? But as a result of that, I'm looking for the next pair. And obviously I'm in no rush for this because it's more of a summer shoe. I've got in my eyes, you know, some Valentino, Rockstud sandals, or I think they do wedges as well, but I don't want a wedge too high, more than like 7 centimeters. So yeah, it's kind of funny, like my list it is quite specific in ways, but just not wedded to a brand. So it's almost like an oxymoron, but anyways, that is item number 5. Now we are on to number 6, which is a more specific clothing item actually, and it is a Balmain jacket. Now I say jacket, it doesn't have to be a Balmain blazer because I do have 2 already. I've got one in a houndstooth and one in a white, so it kind of fulfills both the formal and the casual vibes. So I'm not necessarily thinking another blazer because I don't need to wear blazers at the moment, that we're mostly at home, right? But I'm thinking more like a casual Balmain jacket, maybe something zip up. I think I've seen a few zip up ones that look quite nice. Something where I could wear it, I guess, working from home and it doesn't look like I'm very, very formal with a blazer on. And you know, those periodically, because it's Balmain, they usually go on sale and stuff. So I'm just going to keep my eyes out on Louise V. Aroma, Farfetch, etc. because I'm sure they'll mark them down. So I'm in no rush for this particular one, but I think it'd be quite nice just to cinch me in while working from home, or, you know, something that's a little bit more wearable day to day. Now on to item number 7, and we're moving into the jewellery category. So I think I'm graduating into fine jewellery as of late. I do have a few pieces of fine jewellery, and obviously I have a lot of costume jewellery, namely from Chanel, and I do find that actually maybe it's now the time to invest in fine jewellery. For this particular item anyway, it'd be great to get a luxury watch. Now, as you can probably see from my wrist, I wear an Apple Watch, which I only got a year and a half ago. I do love my Apple Watch from mostly a fitness and maintenance perspective because I also have an iPhone, everything syncs up. Obviously, the Apple ecosystem life is great. However, I did used to wear actual, you know, analog watches, you know, so I miss it a lot, and I miss the fact that a watch is just a watch. This one, I can read messages, I can reply on here, I can do all kinds of things, but I don't really need them, I guess, with having a smartphone, with having laptops and everything like that. And I just like the classic nature of a watch. And it doesn't have to be something like Rolex, it doesn't have to be out there, because I also don't want people to know it so much that they will want to mug me. I know there's a lot of bougie brands out there that are also quality. So yeah, a nice Swiss watch somewhere would be really, really good, but I'm in no rush to get this one. Maybe I'll get it for like a milestone or something coming up, but that's on my radar. So wanted to add it to the list. And then for the final item in this wish list, I believe it's item number 8. It is, again, a piece of jewellery, and it would be great to get a luxury fine jewellery ring. Probably like a diamond ring or something. I want to get it like from me to me. You know, I don't need anyone else to buy it for me. I'm not talking engagement rings or anything like that. I wear a lot of jewellery, a lot of rings. Today is an exception. I only have 1 ring on, but usually in my videos I have like 3 or 4. I do love a good ring, and they're all, I guess, more like costume jewellery pieces. Like I mentioned, I have a lot of them, but it would be really great to get like a proper diamond ring. Probably like silver or platinum gold, because I'm not really a proper gold, antique gold hardware kind of gal. I specifically saw actually one from a brand called Matteo. I saw it on Net-a-Porter at some point, and they had the initials rings line that they were releasing on there exclusively. I think they had like the M, and I thought that was really nice, so maybe I'll get myself one of those if they ever come back in stock. But for now, I'll just leave it open as a category of just rings. Any ring will do. So that is the luxury part of this wish list done. And then I have a few bonus items that are non-luxury, which, like I mentioned, are probably as expensive, if not more expensive, than the items that I've just mentioned that are luxuries. A lot of these are investments into my future, which I would always recommend. You know, luxury items are great and everything, but make sure that they are secondary to other things that you want to do in life. And so the next item that I have on my wish list is, I guess, a new camera lens. So I currently have a new camera. I say a new camera, I've had it for the last, oh gosh, maybe 6 months, 7 months potentially. I've loved it a lot. It's the Sony a7R4, and I do have a nice lens, a Tamron lens to it. But as you all know, when you graduate into the upper echelons of photography and just general cameras and lenses, they're very expensive. Now that this is kind of, you know, I'm getting into the swing of things of YouTube and filming, and just I love photography in general. I think I'll probably get another lens, maybe another Tamron lens. They're a little bit more inexpensive, but still expensive. They're still like $1,000 or $1,500 for a good one. So maybe at some point this year I might get myself another lens. Then next up, I believe it's item number 10. Can I count? I'm not too sure. But the next item is a new electric keyboard. As you can see behind me, I do have a keyboard here. It's a very basic bitch one, you know, like a Casio. I had it from years ago. Some of you may not know this. Maybe I'll do a proper tag video so you guys can get to know me better, but I am a musician. I love to sing. I love to play piano. I do have a separate channel as a side note for music. That's mostly just for me to mess around and just have a bit of like an online portfolio of the stuff that I like to do. But I do like to create music as well, and I do love this keyboard a lot. It does what it needs to do, but I think I might invest in the future, and this is by no means like an immediate thing, in like a Rhodes keyboard. That would be amazing in the future. Something that can just do a little bit more than just play. I can link this up though to my MIDI adapters and, you know, all my microphones and everything, and link it up to my laptops. That's not an issue, but it would be nice to have something that's a little bit more fit for purpose, but we will see, because those things again are very, very expensive. And now moving on to the final item in this wish list, and this one's a bit rogue, I guess you could say, because it's not necessarily an item, it's more, I guess, a member of the family, and that would be a dog. I would love to get a dog. I'm a dog person. I'd love to know if you're a cat or dog person or otherwise down in the comments. I used to have dogs growing up in my life, but they were always just for a fleeting moment, you know, so it would be great to actually have a dog. And I'm thinking a Pomsky would be really, really nice. I know they are a bunch of work, so I've been told. I just love dogs. I just want the unconditional love that only a dog can give. Sometimes I prefer dogs over humans, let's be honest. Obviously, I realise dogs are a lifelong commitment, so I definitely want to consider the dog once I've had things with work and, you know, like my living situation as well set up to accommodate a dog, because, you know, you have to like basically puppy proof the whole place. I've watched a ton of dog training videos. I watched a lot of Zach George, made a lot of notes. So I think mentally I am ready, and I've been thinking about having a dog for many, many years now. But I think in the next couple of years, it would be really great to add a member to the family. So yeah, that is everything in my luxury and non-luxury wish list. Maybe you guys can resonate with some of the items that I'm looking at, but also if you guys have any suggestions, please leave them down below. But anyways, I will leave it here for today's video. Thank you for watching, and I will catch you in my next one.